coming on board. I think the more the merrier, to be honest with you. And the more we advertise it, the more people are feeling to come on board and see what's going on. So when we done it the third time, it was 150 people turned up, around those kind of numbers, and it was huge on social media. So yeah, I think young people will be coming to terms in taking part, and it's an ongoing thing. So if we continue it, I think, and we can all work together as a community, we can help this situation. Because if you remember last year, somebody got shot in the park just by Blue Bridge, and that was horrific. And then there was another shooting on Savile Row, which is just around the corner from that. Latimer had 2 stabbings. So how do we work towards young people, or educating young people specifically, because they say 1 in 4 young person has got a knife on them.
And I mean, when you talk to the police, because I was a representative at it was called the MPA, the Metropolitan Police Authority. So I used to engage with them around crime, and I represented the community at Carnival on the Gold Group for Scotland Yard for a number of years. What do the police say about the increase in crime? Because there's more and more methods now that the police have to actually identify the use or the possession of knives. They got metal arches, and the CCTV cameras very advanced. They can see. So how is it that we're getting more technologically advanced, but we've got more knives than we ever had before? Because it sounds, from what you were saying, the increase is quite dramatic.
So the more you have, the more clever people become. So these young people, they're not about carrying knives all the time with them. They hide them in areas. They know where they go. Even if the police come to them, they're not going to find anything. The current situation, as I said, on the train Doncaster to Newcastle to King's Cross, how did this person come through the barriers in order to get on the train and to have a machete that huge? Now, it's only prevention is better than cure. So it's only now we're going to put detectors in train stations.
But they were saying that's not going to work. And the thing is, there was CCTV camera. The man was wandering around. Did you see the footage of him going?
I didn't know.
So he
was going back and forth.
He stabbed a young person. He went into a barber shop with a big knife, and there was footage of him in the barber shop. Then he left. So there was all this information, and they didn't do anything. And then by the time he'd climbed over the gate, they show the footage of him and got onto the train. Obviously, it was too late for the innocent victims. But again, I was...
Well, security's not doing their job.
Well, I think people call the police and they didn't turn up. You see, this is one of the other issues. The police need to also take responsibility, because if you have something stolen or you contact them, these days they're not even turning up. So if the police had come when the people in the barber shop had contacted them, then it would have prevented this man doing what he did on the train. And also, I'm working in Hackney now a couple of days a week, and I saw some footage last month of these boys in Dalston Junction. They had knives this big. I think they call them zombie knives or something. They had huge knives, and they were chasing each other in the street. And I'm like, how can this even happen?
How can
That's
they even
hide
that massive knife?
Yeah, how are they getting away with this?
On their thigh, and they wear a very baggy tracksuit.
Right,
and they wear it's like cycling shorts.
Oh,
and
so
they've
they
got
make
like
them
a
flat.
thing, and they put it underneath the track. You will never know.
But does the police still do routine checks?
Yes.
Okay.
But how much checks are they going to do? That's
they
another
can't check
thing.
everyone, I suppose.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how with all the technology we have, all the advanced technology, they're still getting away with running around with giant knives in the street, and they were literally fighting each other.
That's actually crazy. The other day I was sitting down in one of the chip shops anyway. I felt like having a bit of chips, and I thought, you know what, let me go. My, a sort of like thing to go to every now and then. And I could hear this young man behind me planning to stab someone.
Oh my God.
And I said to myself, am I really listening to this? So he's saying to the person on the phone, what should I do? Because I'm going to get time if I do this. But if I just kick him in the face and do all of this stuff, I'm not really going to get, I'm going to get NFL or NFA. No further action.
Yeah.
And he was using all these street words. And I'm like, so what do I do now? Because he said, if I stab him, and he was talking like this, out in the chip shop behind me on the table. Now, what does someone do like me? Do I turn around and say, what are you doing?
Yeah, next minute he's going to want to stab you.
You know, what's going on? If
they
it had
ching man down.
No, but if it had been something physical and it was there, I would step in. But there's nothing I could have done at that moment to, you know, follow this young man.
But that's an interesting thing, though. You just said if it's physical. I mean, obviously you look like a fit guy and you can handle. But like, I don't know. I feel like if I was in a situation and this was going on, what can I physically do? Because I'd want to stop it, because obviously young people are, you know, I don't want young boys killing each other, and particularly if they're, you know, young boys from global majority backgrounds, we don't need that at all. But what can I physically do to stop, you know, is there, I don't know, it just seems like a really difficult one.
I talk about myself. I feel like I'm a head teacher. I discipline any young person that I see on the streets. If I see something, not in a harsh way, I'm a very sort of like connecting person to young people, and they become very shocked. Even in the gym I go to, they come into the gym and they're all, you know, intimidating people in a big way, and you have to go, look, bro, what are you doing? Like, you know, there's women here and there's, you know, people who are just wanting to use their equipment. You can't act like that, you know.
Yeah, you're absolutely.
It's a difficult one, though, isn't it?
It's a really difficult one, and I mean, I suppose what we could see as something that was slightly hopeful is things like drink driving, which everyone used to do, became morally reprehensible. And I don't know whether it's possible for that sort of change, behavioural change, to happen. I actually also read something the other day, which is the police or the Home Office or someone, I don't think it's the Home Office, are trying to persuade people who make kitchen knives to use, instead of sharp points, to have rounded points. Because if you're working in the kitchen,
it doesn't
make any difference whether you've got a sharp point or a rounded point. But if Amazon and the kitchen shops sold round-ended knives, they'd be less useful for stabbing people. And you know, Amazon have got something to.
Yeah, because they're selling these zombie knives, and actually I've heard that a lot of the parents are saying they don't even know how their children got them. They're just ordering them, and they're under 18.
Yeah, I mean, the father of that Southport, the Adele, whatever he's called, the Southport kid, they had the commission on yesterday.
Yeah, because his brother spoke about how frightened he was of him as well.
The dad saw all these things coming in, and then one day he opens one up, and it's a zombie knife, and. Whoa. And the father was scared of his son. And the other brother as well. They were both actually really frightened of him. Yeah. I mean, that's terrible if the parents and the family can't deal with that.
I would say, I mean, when it comes to knife crime, I think young people are very strong. Definitely parenting today is very hard. You know, parents are not involved in their children's life, because the way I see it, I work with a lot of young people, and they're just lodgers in parents' houses. Because they don't get to talk to their parents. They're in their room. They close the door. The only thing they do is come out or probably eat in their room. So, you know, there's not really a relationship there for somebody to teach anybody anything. So people like us in youth centres, they come in and we have to do a bigger job than the parents, because they're all about role models. They're all about, you know, what you can and can't do. So having to be able to reach out to those young people to show them this is wrong, that is wrong. But I believe, and it may sound harsh, but the law in this country is very soft. Now, if you go to places like Morocco, if you are found, this is where my parents are from and so on, if you're found with a knife in your pocket, it's an automatic 10 years in jail. No one carries knives. Wow. Because it is a very, very harsh sentence. You better have a reason why you're carrying that knife. So when we're talking about here human rights and human rights this and human, I'm very for that. You know what? Because people have to understand this is where it stops.
Interesting. I didn't know it was 10 years.
What do you think?
10 years, wow.
Yeah. I mean, where I'm from in Trinidad.
Is that harsh? Is that harsh?
It is harsh.
I mean, it is harsh, but
somebody taking somebody's life. You think that's harsh?
But then, well, 10 years for possession sounds harsh, but then I suppose you're looking at the mitigation. Obviously, if everybody is so put off from carrying a knife in Morocco, then it's working.
It is, because
I wish they have that for my country, but it's a bit different.
Well, your country's facing a lot of things.
It's
So.
facing
I
a
would
lot of
say-
things, unfortunately.
A woman that lost her child they just had a court case recently where one of the young kids in a party stabbed someone in the neck, and they've been in jail for 2 years.
2 years?
No, they were in jail for 2 years. One of them got life, and they're only young. They're only probably about 20, because when it was committed, they were about 17. Anyway, 5 of the other kids were going to be done for manslaughter, but at the end they were told no further action because they were at the party, but having a great lawyer can get you out of anything. But the point being is what you did, the law didn't really, and you losing your child.
Yeah, no, that's terrible.
How do you feel? Do you want to get justice? You know?
Well, I think personally, having worked in the criminal justice system and also being an activist, so I'm looking on both sides, I feel like the legal system is focused in the wrong direction. It needs to be fixed. I mean, there's a lot of problems. I just don't think that they're focusing on the things they should be focusing on.
I can't imagine how having a call from police saying that your child is no longer here. That's scary.
Very
That's
scary.
So scary.
I'll just,
That's
you
so
know,
scary.
maybe, just to give you this one. The other day I was watching a program on young murders, and it's on TV. It comes on every week. And there was this young girl, and she was at a bus stop with her friend. Her friend decided to go in to get a kebab or something. They both connected, and the other girl said to her, look, I'm just going to be on the phone, and I'm going to talk to someone over there. So a young man came over and started talking to this young girl in a bus stop. And clearly she knows him. But he kept pulling her forward until he took her into an alley while he was talking with each other. They're only 16 years old or 17. He stabbed her 16 times. Stabbed her, and only the screams. Once her friend heard the screams, she came to help her, but he was stabbing her as well. Then she had to run away. But he eventually killed this girl. He got, I think at the age of, 18, he got 10 years or whatever. He's going to be out by 30. So
I think he should be locked up for more.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, that's terrible.
To lose a loved one, I'm just looking at the loved one.
Yeah.
I don't care what happens, but the law should be tougher.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. There's a lot. The focus of the law is not the right one.
I love working with young people. I enjoy it. I'm free spirited. I have a young persona. I love to do anything, out there. But when it comes to somebody, you know what?
Yeah, enough.
No, you're absolutely
Enough
right.
is
You're
enough.
absolutely right.
It's
That's not
sad.
Well, we're so pleased you're doing this event on
really good work.
Thursday, which is, as you said, Phase 4. Just remind us.
Just to
how-
say, it's 12th of November, which is Wednesday.
Is
I
it
know you said
Wednesday?
Thursday,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I just
Sorry,
wanted
my
to let
bad.
you know.
My
Yeah.
bad. My
12th of
bad.
November is a Wednesday at the Westway.
And
Yeah.
what about social media handles if people want to reach out to find out more about it?
Yeah, you can. You can go on the Westway Trust. They've got all the information on there. And social media as a whole, if you want to put awareness against knife and gun crime with the Met Office, it's on there as well. So you know what? It's growing. And I'm glad that it's getting bigger. And I'm glad that we did want to invite Idris Elba. Does anybody know Idris Elba? Do you know Idris Elba?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes, I do. He's a DJ, right?
No!
That's a different Idris.
No, he is a DJ as well, but
DJ.
He's
He's a
an
DJ. You're right.
actor.
He is a DJ. Yeah.
But
He
he's
is.
known to be an actor.
everyone's
He's an actor,
a
yeah.
DJ.
You're right, he is a DJ.
So
Everyone's a DJ.
he's doing this project with Sadiq Khan, Mayor of London, and he's been doing it for probably about 2 years now, and they're all working towards knife crime issues as well. So we wanted to get him on board, and the whole community would have come. But you know what? We're now just literally on some other people basically coming in to actually give the awards. So next time maybe we'd get Idris Elba.
Next time, yeah. Actually, a friend of the station, Paloma, who introduced us to West Side Story, she was involved in the video of, there was the video that launched that awareness campaign.
Was that so?
Yeah, so we made
I haven't seen that. So there is a send it to me, please,
Yeah,
Piers.
I'll try and find it and send it to you.
Yeah, it would be really good to see something like that. I think every time the more work I do for this project, the more networking I get.
Yeah.
It's quite shocking. Even in the Westway Trust meeting, networking, I had something else that connected me to more awareness about knife and gun crime. So we are doing quite a lot of work, not just for, the community, London as a whole.
Good. Well, our local is global. We always say that.
Yeah, and it's a pan-London issue. Adraman,
Yeah,
thank you so much for coming.
But I did want to talk about Maghrib Speaks quickly, if that's okay with you, Piers. Is that all right? So, you know what? 6 months ago, we decided we're going to do a radio show. 65% or 55% of this community, North Kensington, is from North African background. So we're one of the biggest communities in North Africa.
55%?
It's about that.
There's that many of you?
There's quite a lot. Yeah, it's an estimation of that. But we are the biggest community in North Kensington. So we really don't have a place in this community as a voice. So we decided to do a little radio program called Maghrib Speaks. It's actually saying Morocco Speaks. So, Goulburn is a little Morocco. I'm
really
sure if you walk through there, but sadly,
I call it Moroccan Town. We're going to Moroccan Town. Okay, cool.
The food there, it used to be bigger than what it is now because
it's true.
It's become very modernized and, the rent is very high. So people had to leave
Gentrification.
the cafes and things which is sad. It used to be a really beautiful road where you can buy,
No, that tagine, that restaurant with the tagines that's now Straker's.
I used to live on Goulburn Road.
And Mr. Fish as well. You know what? You see Mr. Fish, which is there. He cooks sort of like Moroccan kind of fish and so on. So we wanted to have a program on the radio highlighting, it's almost like the Black history, bringing up information from 65 when the first migrants came here. They were invited by the UK to come and work in the hospitality business. And we're 4 generations now. So we want these young people to know where they came from or where their grandparents came from. Because there's statistics that say once you are 4 generations, you would have lost your religion, you would have lost your language, you would have lost your culture, you would have lost. And I understand that. If you're not strong enough to keep your roots, it's only normal. Even if somebody goes from here as a Brit to another country, you are going to be adapted to become from that country, and that's normal. So we want young people to understand the struggles that their forefathers have had to come and build a life for them. And that's what they need to know. And I have interviewed a few young people and they haven't got a clue. So we had to literally say that your grandparents came from this place. This is when they did. Remember, people who came here as migrants had 3 jobs a day. They didn't, stop. So, these young people have to understand what their forefathers have gone through.
I totally get it, because it's a similar thing to us from the Caribbean coming here in the 40s and how many generations now. And you can see the change over time.
So hopefully we are trying to achieve something, and thank you very much to Greg and Piers for bringing us to this platform, and hopefully we'll do more. So
And it's brilliant. Sounds absolutely brilliant.
If you go to our Mixcloud, mixcloud.com/Portobello Radio, you will find the first 5 episodes there. Just search for them, Maghrib
And like
Speaks.
Bob Marley says, if you don't know where you're coming from, if you don't know the roots, so you've got to keep those roots alive.
I love that. Bob Marley, the savior, he was something else.
Yeah.
We were just talking about back in the day. That's amazing. Bob Marley's a great artist, of course.
He's a great artist, of course. This is a song about knife crime.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Hey, ring the alarm. Hey, whoa, ring the alarm. Another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, ring the alarm. Another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, some sound like a big jump on. Listen to the sound, it's a champion. Run the dance in any session. Rock up the woman and rock up the man. Ring the alarm, another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, ring the alarm, another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, Tita-to, we beat them all in a row. Donkey want water, but you hold him Joe. Tita-to, we beat them all in a row. The cost want water, but hold him Joe. Ring the alarm, another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, ring the alarm, another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, 4 big sound in a 1 big lawn. The dance sound a play, the other 3 keep calm. 4 big sound in a 1 big lawn. The boom sound a play the other three feet come. Ring the alarm, another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, remember this sound, it's a talk of the town, talk of the country. Hey, rock Mr. Charlie, rock Miss Munchie, talk of the country. So, ring the alarm, another sound is dying. I know, ring the alarm, another sound is suffering. Whoa, hey, watch the sound man a timber, watch the sound man a pray, watch the sound man a timber, watch the sound man a pray. Ring the alarm, another sound is dying. I know, ring the alarm, another sound is suffering. Whoa, hey, little of this sound, a little of that. Rock sister come and rock sister pat. Rock the white and rock up the black. Sweet reggae music gone, pan the attack, yes. Pan the attack, it gone, pan the attack. Sweet reggae music gone, straight non-stop. Ring the alarm, another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, ring the alarm, another sound is suffering. Whoa, hey, some sound like a big jump on. Listen to this sound, it's a champion. Rock the dance in any session. Rock the woman and move up the man. Ring the alarm, another sound is suffering. Whoa, hey, ring the alarm, another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, we beat them here and we beat them there. We beat them all over this atmosphere. Champion sound.
Yeah, I mean, that was a slightly frightening conversation, that last one with Adaraman, and we do need to ring the alarm about knife crime. And why not start by going down to the Westway Sports Centre, 5:30 on Wednesday, not Thursday, as I previously said. And there's going to be football on at 7 and some serious conversation before
Well,
then.
yeah, there needs to be some serious conversation, like I said, because I think there's a lot more to it than we just discussed. But perhaps we'll have that. We'll have to have another.
No. I mean, we could do a week's worth
but
of
I
shows
think, but I
about
think
it.
it would be worth having some sort of community conversation. I think there's different perspectives and different reasons, and like I say, I do actually put the blame at the police for a lot of what's going on as well.
Right.
And the way they work.
Well, it's great.
And the justice system.
It's great that Adaraman is trying to bring the police in, and it's a big help if.
But I tell you
if
what,
people know each other, even if they're on different sides of the fence.
I think in terms of stop and search, getting the police to know young people, I think that could be helpful. In that, if the police know who this young person, the young people know who the police are, it might stop the police from being heavy-handed. And they might actually think more carefully about when they're going to stop and who they're stopping. Like, because we know, for example, I mean, this year's carnival, I was horrified by the way every young person that I saw being stopped by the police was a young black boy. And I had to step in and challenge the police a couple of times. And my friend, who's a woman, African heritage sister she's African American, but she lives in Amsterdam. She was so upset by what she saw. She was in tears at one point because I had some 11-year-old boy. So to me, there seems to be that they're still targeting and harassing young black boys, but they don't seem to be able to stop the actual stabbings and the crime.
I was literally about to say the exact same thing what you just said.
Did you see how many of them were being stopped? It's ridiculous.
And it's ridiculous. Like,
I actually went up to the police. I said, "But you haven't stopped one white person. What's going on?" It's so we do have to have conversations
and
about
they
the whole
tried
thing.
to what's that word? Is it called gaslight? Gaslight it, and it's disgusting. Because it should be all equal, how it should be stopped.
Yeah. But we have a very, very special guest, Ingrid,